Good morning, channel friends. Today's restyling is a bit of a challenge because it's such a beautiful piece of furniture with such a lovely patina of its own that it can't really be painted. And I want to do this tutorial today because I often see posts in my Facebook group, I Love Magic Paint, where you write, Elisa, I've got this old set of scales. I'd like to make it look new again. How do I do it? Or, Elisa, this old piece of furniture I've kept on the balcony. How do I fix it up? This old carpenter's table belonged to my grandfather. How do I restore it? So, what you think, sometimes, is that restoring or restyling means completely cleaning and repainting. That's not always the case. Restyling and the methods we use can also be useful for removing part of the old patina and creating a new one, but making the most of what's most beautiful about this piece of furniture, namely this gorgeous natural color, a coppery green underneath. If you look at it, at times the color almost looks like Magic Paint's Brocante color. Here there were two old broken patches that I removed to put on new ones. The doors would not close anymore, so I couldn't use them. Look inside. How beautiful is that? It's perfect. Raw. Solid raw wood. Come and have a look at the sides. They're incredible. Yes, they've got a few dents, but we need to restore its patina, old, original, ancient. And if you come closer, you see that it's this brown one. It gets scratched. And what's left under the brown one? The blue one. Actually, there is a first brown, a second brown, and then there's the blue. Over the years, someone applied 3 coats of paint to try and clean it up and preserve it. We also made new legs because the old ones were broken. Look, you see, underneath there are 2 new wooden blocks, very rough, very square, which maybe in the end I'll paint it with Brocante. We'll see. So today my mission is to bring this piece of furniture back to life, because I want to bring out its lovely Brocante patina and protect it so that it's sealed and preserved in time with its original finish, the first one. Let's get started. When you're doing certain types of restoration work, you need to make yourself comfortable, because if you're comfortable, it's less tiring, and above all, you work better. If I have to sand a surface, and I have to work vertically, it's much harder. If I need to sand a surface, bring out a certain kind of patina, check it and see what comes out. And if I'm working horizontally, it's much less effort. Especially when it comes to the nuances, you can see them much better. It's the same as when I tell you, guys, if you have to do doors or very, very long wardrobes, long doors, don't use the roller vertically on a ladder, going up and down 50 times. Make a small effort, unscrew the doors, set them up horizontally on 2 trestles, finish them all, and that's it, 1 door done. For example, if you only have 2 trestles, finish 1 door, then once it's done, put it back in place and move on to the next door. It might take you a bit longer, but the job will be flawless. This is why Franco is perched on a stool. And me as well, because we've laid our wardrobe down horizontally to start creating this patina, sanding from one side. One very important thing. Now I'm going to sand down different types of paint, because I need to remove the lighter paint, the light brown, and the darker paint in order to reveal this blue-green paint underneath. Obviously, I don't know how many years these paints have been there. I don't know what's in them. I only know what's in my own paint. So I know what happens when I sand my paint, but I don't know what happens when I sand these other paints. I'm much more afraid of breathing in an old paint whose composition I don't know, rather than any kind of wood. Even though it's harmful regardless. Right now, I have my sander, which has incredible suction, because it uses microperforated sandpaper and is connected to the vacuum cleaner. As you can see, there's the hose. So I'm sure I'll have minimal dust impact, but even so, today I'm wearing a mask, because these old paints, when sanded, can be dangerous. So I'm gearing up properly, and today I sand it with a mask and gloves. Vacuum cleaner. Look at this, it's amazing. Beautiful. It's beautiful because this is exactly what I wanted for this patina to come out. If you come really, really close, you can also notice the spot where the patina is all cracked and worn. It's just beautiful. Incredible. There are still layers of paint bringing out the patina. Obviously, it's not protected yet, so you can see everything is very matte, very dusty, even though we've already wiped it down with a damp cloth. Once we protect it, it'll definitely look lovely, vibrant, and nourished. Obviously, I can't leave the inside like this. Firstly, because it smells, and secondly, because there are so many different types of wood mixed together with different colors. I want to clean everything and apply a color, so I'll use the Brocante inside, but in the wall version. Let's remove the shells first. We'll give the inside one last good vacuum, and then we'll start painting. Just one coat inside, fragrant, beautifully colorful, and protected. When you have large surfaces like I do, and they're a bit rough, use the medium or long pile microfiber roller. Why? Because, look at this. With just one single coat, the entire inside area of the wooden cabinet is thoroughly and completely covered and fully protected. And you haven't put in any effort at all. Your wrists will thank you. Look at this. Just one coat, done. It's worth investing in a good handle, perhaps one that's a bit longer, and the right roller. No porous or rough surfaces. Use a short pile microfiber roller. Moderately porous or raw wood. Use a medium or long pile roller. Surely this piece of furniture must have had locks like this in the past, right? There are no internal locks, and I don't think there's any other type of closure that could be different. Obviously, this one is new and we'll put it here, just like the other one was. Could you please hold it still for me here? First, I'll carefully fix the lock in place. I've already started protecting my big piece of furniture with a 12cm wide roller because it takes me less time. And of course, the long pile is microfiber. It really takes me hardly any time, and once it's dry you won't even notice because I'm using a matte protective coating. Look how easy it is. Obviously, the wood absorbs it quite well because it's semi-raw, so there will be very little dripping, and I can easily everywhere I need it to go. And I'm creating this transparent, invisible film that will preserve this finish for many, many years. Of course, I'm not going to put anything else on top of this piece of furniture because that was exactly my aim for today. To preserve the antique and original patina of this piece of furniture. Now, of course, you'll see a piece of furniture with two shades. Because where I've applied the protective coating, you can see it's slightly darker, more cloudy, and where I haven't applied it yet, it's still matte and dusty. This is the main difference, but if you get closer you can see, in all its beauty, the patina with all its layers. I really love it. Now, the inside of the piece is finished. The shelves are almost dry. I'll protect the outside, then set it up in its place and show you the finished result. This restyling is finished too. The wardrobe has reached its final spot. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to completely change this piece. Firstly, because being lucky enough to have a beautiful patina created by layers of old paint is truly a godsend. And if you know how to bring out all the layers properly, this is what you get. So finishes that, when layered, create an incredible mix. Because starting from something like that, we would have really had to put in a lot of effort and add many new layers of color. We already had them, so why throw them away? This is because this tutorial is for people who usually write to me and say, I've got this old set of scales. Eliza, do I need to sandblast it? These old radiators, what should I do? Should I have them sandblasted, strip the paint, sand them down, use a heat gun? I could have used other techniques too, even the heat gun, but maybe I wouldn't have managed to get all these layers of color built up one on top of the other. I really love it, especially the fact that I've managed to bring the inside and outside back to the same shade. Now it's clean, it smells nice, which is very important because with old furniture, more often than not, the smell is a problem. There's always this odor, a bit musty, like mothballs. And the best thing is that with this little handle, which picks up a bit on the one that I think was already there before, the industrial effect is guaranteed. It's an industrial effect that works well here. It fits with the context. I'm sorry you're not here with me, because what you can feel in a place like this is that everything is cared for down to the smallest detail. Be careful, the website for Magic Paint products has changed. It's not elisahome.com anymore, but magicpaint.it. There you'll find retailers and products. Retailers are divided by region, so you can find the closest or your favorite. And look how beautiful it is, absolutely stunning. Goodbye.